Do 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 do. Almost on topic, but slightly off. Almost planned, but not enough. Almost in sequence when we all talk. Almost random conversations in tandem.
Hello and welcome back for the first couch podcast.
Yes.
By the Troy Joel Wonder.
First of 2019 as well.
Maybe might be the last.
Depending on how this goes, this may be the last.
According to YouTube, what did I say? This is
what
episode,
tube?
The YouTube. This is episode 28. We made it.
Dude, after this we're legal.
We're legal. If you have any topics, tweet at us at almost random with 2 M's at the end of random.
If you leave a YouTube comment, it will be deleted. We only accept tweets.
It will either be deleted or it'll be featured in the next podcast.
Yeah, we both know what the real answer is for that one.
Or email us at thearpodcast@gmail.com, which is an email address I've checked once in the past 3 months, probably.
I've also checked it once. I hacked onto Joel's email and left some nudes.
Well, anyway, my name's Joel Campos. You can find me on Twitter at Campos63. And that ends the podcast. No. This is Troy Boy Mestamaker. Where can we find you?
Howdy. I forget every time, but just look through those old videos.
It's actually,
get our views up.
It's Troy Boy 9 on Twitter, I think.
I think so, and I think
just tweeted at you the other day.
Yeah. And I believe it's T Mestama 34 because I'm very original. And it's definitely not.
You're keeping your brand up by changing it on every platform.
I believe, yeah. And it's all just my name. There's no
different
character.
Variations.
A lot of last name in there.
So we don't really have a topic. I don't, at least. Troy has a topic that he has been hyping up all day.
By all day, he means
barging through the door to the apartment and demanded that I set up all the podcast equipment immediately.
It may have seemed like barging, but truly the light in the hallway is out, so I was pounding on the door out of frustration and confusion.
Yeah, you're the tallest one here, so I think you have to change it.
That's fair. I'm also the one that, if it was to activate, I feel like I would set it off. I'm very close to that light.
Well, no, I figured
Me and that light got very close over the last 4 months.
I figured it out. It's where, like, if I get to the top of the stairs and I kick my foot, it'll turn on. So it's all about that kick, and as soon as it didn't turn on, I was like, fuck. And now it's very hard to see when I get home from work because it's already dark.
Yes. Also, he does a kick. I do a flail. I do like a...
Like a LeBron?
Yeah.
It's like a LeBron flop?
As I'm entering the house, I like to do a LeBron flop. I like to imagine it's like him releasing the dust, the chalk,
at the
pregame. It's like a pregame ritual I have. And then when I enter the apartment, it's... God knows what'll happen. I'm putting up like 40, 50 fucking points.
40-50. You heard it here first.
40-50.
40-50.
But yeah, I got a topic. I don't know if it's so much a topic as like a question that can only be answered through...
Is this going to be something that can be interactive?
Yeah. We
can get... to like look up stuff.
No, but this will be VR interactive. You will be able to...
VR porn?
No, it's not VR porn.
Damn. All right, next week. Stay tuned next week. VR porn.
Yeah.
The episode, you got to have a VR headset to watch me and Troy just do the podcast naked in VR.
The podcast, you're going to have to wear VR, but it's going to be us fucking. Yeah. So enjoy that. We haven't decided who's the power bottom, but I mean, there's a hefty game of rock, paper, scissors,
I like to think that we're both very versatile and just can perform both roles at any given moment.
I think we might as well show the crowd what we both got.
The yin and the yang, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah, there's a little bit of white in the black. A little bit of black in the white. You can't have one without the other. And we have clearly disgraced an old Chinese religious symbol, I think.
All right, moving on. What is your topic? The VR? Does it have to do with Bandersnatch?
It has literally nothing to do with any of that. It is a very simple question, but I think it's hard to answer. And it has funny statistics. What item of food do you think you could eat the most of?
That I think I could eat. All right, well,
like the most of poundage.
All right,
the most pounds of a piece of food.
Okay, it's funny you should
weight.
say
pounds. It's
pounds.
by weight. Yes.
It's funny you should say pounds.
Yes.
because let me
It's
tell
hilarious.
you,
I'm laughing internally.
let me tell you a little story about a broke Joel, an unemployed boy, if you will, circa 2013.
If I remember, it probably lasted all of one day, as I was
No,
unemployed
I mean-
for many months, and Joel found a job almost immediately
Yeah.
upon searching, and it made me feel like I was a failure.
This was a time, I think we were home for like college break. So it was like we were home for college break. I had no cash. And the question got brought up. We were in John Aylward's basement. Go check out Almost Random Podcast, episode 1 through probably 15.
He is the ghost?
He is the ghost John Aylward. I can't believe you remember that. That's hilarious. The ghost John Aylward returns. Yeah, so we're in his basement, and we decide, somebody brings up the question, like, I don't even know how this got brought together. I think it's just like college kids being dumb, trying to do something funny.
Well, I graduated, and I thought of this question, so...
No, hold on. But it wasn't this question in particular. It was... One thing led to another, and somebody asked, hey, Joel, how many pounds of refried beans can you eat? Do you know this story?
This does sound familiar, but
Okay.
refresh my memory.
So...
Also, disgusting.
Yeah,
disgusting choice. If this was the question and you answered that, I would almost immediately bet I could eat more pounds of, like, Doritos or something. I don't know.
It was a, like, serious question. Like, this question came up at, like, 8 o'clock p.m. And we were debating it.
The serious time of day. The most serious time of day.
I think we were just playing NHL, like, 12 or 13 or something in his basement. You know, living life to its fullest as a college kid. And we were home for winter break. I know because it was cold. I remember this so vividly. And so somebody asked, like, Joel, how many pounds of refried beans do you think you can eat? You know, it was just kind of like a passerby question.
If I could interject, how much pounds are a can? Is a can like 12 ounces?
No, a can is 1 pound.
A can is 1 pound. Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
I
That's
know-
just
I
to
know,
frame it
trust
for everyone
me.
else. For everyone
I
else to
would know.
think about how many they could eat while you're describing. Like, now it's putting a little idea in my head.
True. Okay, so 1 can
Disgusting.
equals 1
A disgusting idea in my head.
So that's how we kind of elaborated. So then it turned into, Joel, how many cans of beans can you eat?
Mhm.
That's how it started. And then I was like, well, I don't know, like, how much is in a can? Like, I feel like there's not that many beans in a can.
Refried?
Yeah.
I mean, they're mushed up. There's probably,
Yeah.
God, it's probably like 3 cans of unrefried beans.
Yeah.
I don't know what the conversion is there.
So what's the ratio?
How many beans are in this weird can-shaped sludge that was once beans?
All right,
It's a hard
anyway,
question to answer.
One thing led to another. And it just came up, like, you know, and then we started calling it pounds because we realized a can was a pound.
Yeah.
And it's way more funny if you're talking about
pounds of refried
beans. And so I was like, yeah, I don't know, like 5? And, like, I just threw that number out there. It was not a serious question. It was just, like, kind of a throwaway, you know, kids being kids. Like, yo, how many of this could you do?
for
Scout
the
05.
boys, you
And
would
then,
say?
yeah,
was
and
it a
then
Saturday?
Almost immediately, everybody called me out. They're like, there's no fucking way. Like, there is no way you could eat 5 pounds of refried beans. And I was like, I don't know, man. 5 cans of beans? I think I could do it.
I think if I was very hungry and someone said I couldn't do it in the form of you won't, I probably would do it.
Well, here's
But
the
I don't
thing.
think I could do it. I don't think I would. I would get through like 4. It's like a Taco Bell eat off. Like, I get to like what I think is a lot.
Like 8 tacos?
No, like 14 or something. And then I
Like
I get
14 to 37. You know,
no, I
something.
get to what I think is a lot, and no matter what the number is after that, I'm just like, I already did more than I thought. Like, I don't know. I feel like I go high on the initial, and then afterwards I'm like, that seems like a lot, and then I'm like, I don't know. I don't
Okay.
want to think about eating that many beans, but continue.
I mean,
I'm
no,
sorry.
this is a long... we're not even getting started.
Oof.
So, I say 5 pounds. All right. Nobody believes me. Naturally. Who believes that? I mean, 5 cans is a lot.
I mean, I'd give you benefit of the doubt. I mean,
So-
I'm a trusting guy.
Okay,
I think you say 5 pounds. I say, hey, let's make 6. See what he does.
So after this, like, it's like, are you willing to do it right now? Like, I think I have 5 cans of beans in the pantry.
Also, wow, John heavy refried bean family. I guess
He's definitely a I don't know. He definitely pushed this upon me. Like, to the point of no return.
Yeah,
so what happened
that's
is,
fair.
like, I was like, I don't know, like, I'm not just gonna eat beans. Like, you guys gotta pay me if I'm gonna at least try.
Yes, good point.
So it was like,
or like add some rice or something.
Me, the
That'd
ghost
be, no,
John
that'd be
Aylward.
worse. God, that'd be worse. Rice.
I
Can you
think-
imagine the rice expanding with that? Oof.
I think Scott was there. I
Okay.
don't want to say his last name because he's never been on the podcast. You know,
Scott Jenkins, of
yeah,
course.
yeah, you know. And then Tim John's roommate. I don't want to say his name because he's also not been on the podcast.
It's a German last name, but yes. Jean Roommate?
Jean Roommate.
It's French? Ah,
yeah.
Fuck, yeah.
But anyway, so we're all down there. I think David might have been there, but I don't remember. And then
Yeah,
we essentially
right.
started a prize pool.
Ooh.
I was like, all right, if you guys get this prize pool up to at least like $35, I'll try it. And
What?
if I don't do it, which they all thought I could not do it, they would keep their money.
Okay. You answered
So-
the question. Is there like a good professor? I was going to raise my hand, and yet I
Okay.
didn't wait till the end of class, you know?
So anyway, it ends up being $35 in the pot. Some of which, like Tim Stewart, I know for a fact. I just said his name. Was
Wait, Tim Jean Roommate?
Tim's John roommate. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he took his middle name as Stewart, I believe. Yeah.
He put money into the pot that he did not have because he was more broke than I was at the time, probably. So like it was definitely like an IOU at the end that I was not unaware of.
Did he write it down on a piece of paper?
No, I
Oh,
don't think so. But
that's
I
like
definitely
like
think
that.
he ended up paying me though.
I would
which is
accept
nice.
a written IOU just because of
So anyway,
fun.
we go up about 24 stairs up from the basement to the first floor. I'm
Now
being
let-
really descriptive.
Now let me ask you: do you have a photographic memory?
We go up 24 and a half stairs. That's because the last stair was only 7 inches, not 8.
True, as all carpenters know, 8 inches is what makes a stair.
Makes a half step.
Everything else is just a
Anything
ledge.
below 8 inches is a half step.
That's a half step, and then we need a musician in here to go through that. I mean, that's about. I
Don't
mean,
even get us down to
if we were gonna
16.
start on C, that would be C sharp 2 scales up, I believe.
Okay, Troy's getting into some nonsense right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, we go up, how many did I say? 27 and a half stairs. I think that's, no, 24 and a half.
4. Yeah.
24 and a half.
Who's talking nonsense now?
Me.
Yes.
And then we go to the kitchen. Turns out there's only 2 cans of refried beans. And at this point, it's like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
so Juul's open infinity because it's 24/7. So you got all the time in the world.
I mean, we were in Burr Ridge.
Oh yeah, this is a call out. Juul Asco, sponsor of the podcast today.
We got to watch the time because we only have so much tape.
True.
So I'd say like
Tape.
not,
As
like,
if there's some weird
say-
movie
I'd-
projector in the
I'd say we
background just
have
rolling.
like 40 more minutes before we have to wrap it up.
Yeah, that's fine.
But anyway, so we only have 2 cans of beans. I'm like, oh well, guys, guess I can't do it. And they're like, no, we're getting the fucking beans. So what do? We get in our car.
Good friends.
I'm pretty sure I drove actually. I drove us to 7-Eleven.
Did you charge them for gas in this
I
this
did not.
prize pot?
But anyway, I drove us to 7-Eleven and go in there. This fucking
Wait, 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
I almost overlooked that thinking about.
No, so-
Weirdly enough, my brain was like, wait, how much money do you get back on your taxes for work miles driven? And my brain went to like, oh, he could have got 55 cents a mile for this drive if this was work related. And then I almost overlooked the fact that you were discussing 7-Eleven refried beans, which is heinous.
Well, first of all, like we thought maybe yeah, like 7-Eleven, they might sell beans, right? So we go in there, we look around, don't find any beans. So this fucking maniac of a guy is working at the 7-Eleven.
Always.
Spiked up gelled hair. And we go, Scott goes up to the counter. He's like, hey man, you guys sell any beans? And the guy's like, beans? It's like, what do you guys need beans for, man? Like, super, like, this dude had to have been drunk or something, but he was freaking out. And then Scott is like, he's like, yeah, my buddy here, we need 3 more cans of beans. He's trying to eat 5 cans tonight. And then the dude loses his shit.
He's like invested
Yeah.
in it. Did he throw it on the prize pool?
Well, no, he did not. I wish.
Oh man.
Yeah, he come back. He's like, that man has free Slurpees for life as long as I work here. If he eats 5 cans of beans.
Gets fired the next day.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that dude freaks out, and he goes on to proceed to tell us, he's like, I don't think you can do it, man. I was like, all right, you don't fucking know me, but get
more
off my
fuel to
dick,
the
bro.
fire. Exactly. That would have helped me eat those 5 cans.
As I was eating those beans, whether I finished
Don't
it
get
or
ahead of
not,
yourself. What was the drive back like? What was the weather? Was it nice? Your car was already warm.
It was nighttime. It was colder out. We drove
Colder than daytime.
So naturally, we leave 7-Eleven and we go to the Walmart.
Oh, dude.
Hodgkins, Illinois
There's
Walmart.
so many more options for beans.
Well, that just was the closest, most viable option because we were in Burr
oh,
Ridge,
is this the 7-Eleven on Wolf and
Joliet?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, so we were out there, man.
And that's a sexy 7-Eleven. It got removed.
So
it's not a 7-Eleven anymore.
We go to Walmart and we buy the supplies. Right. 3 more cans of refried beans.
Were they all the same brand?
Those 3 were. The first 2 were different, for sure.
Interesting. Do you think that played into this at all?
I don't know. So we drive back to Burr Ridge, John's house. Get to his house. We start cooking up these beans. And like...
Now I have to ask, how did you cook these beans?
Because
that's not a pan. That's a pot. That's a pot of beans.
It was a pot of beans. We put all 5... So like, John was the only one thinking logically. He's like, wouldn't you want to like heat up one can, eat it, and then heat up the other can? I was like, no, just heat them all together. Like, why would we waste that time?
I'm with you on that.
So we heated them all in a giant, like, 5-gallon pot.
Yeah, and then you can simmer that shit. Let it simmer.
Well, the thing is, and so we did that.
Then you have no idea how many cans of beans you've eaten.
And then as we were dumping, I was like, holy shit, this is a lot of fucking beans.
Yeah.
So I, intimidated by these beans, I said, hey, guys, can I eat other stuff, too? So can I, because eating a bunch of beans is going to get gross.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, can we throw like some sour cream and cheese in it and like maybe eat some tortilla chips with it?
Yeah, a little crunch.
And of course, they didn't even think I could eat the beans. So like, yeah, fucking do it. Like, let's make this kid puke.
Yeah.
And like one of the stipulations also is that I couldn't go to the bathroom before I finished.
For peeing anything.
I could pee, but I couldn't like vomit or...
But it had to be on the kitchen floor.
Yeah. It had to be in the same pot of beans.
Oh, God.
No, anyway.
Boy.
So we cooked the beans, put it in a massive bowl.
No, you cooked them all and then removed all of them at once? Yeah, that's where I would have been. I would have been like, yeah, I'll eat a bowl at a time.
Put on a massive bowl. And the thing is, I had no time limit to finish it.
Yeah, this was like, you guys were going until the early morning.
It was like, if it was more than an hour, it would have been like, all right, man, we're not paying you. But like, it was definitely under an hour. I proceeded to eat 5 pounds of beans.
You did it.
I fucking did it.
Congrats.
I put some sour cream. I put the little cheesy bits in it. I ate it with some tortilla. It was fucking a pain in the ass. But I ate 5 pounds of beans, and I was able to buy McDonald's at least twice.
And then I like, did you specifically put that money aside for future McDonald's purchases?
No, I did not.
All right, fair enough.
But anyway.
Sounds good.
That sounds like, I went to the bathroom for like 45 minutes after that, just because I was so like.
Were you sweating?
I was sweating like a motherfucker.
Yeah, dude.
And I was in the bathroom, just sitting on the toilet, like fucking something come out of my butthole right now, man. I need to let this out.
I mean, beans make you too.
Oh, but like they don't.
But it's like I feel like it would just be a solid, sludgy intestine full of beans.
You want to hear what my week was like after that?
I don't know, because I was gonna go into the hot pepper challenge, but I don't want too much. I don't want too much anus talk on the couch chat.
We'll save the hot pepper.
That should be like another. We could do a podcast in the bathroom where we just discuss this terrible weeks of shitting.
Well, my poop after that for the next week.
Great.
Was literally refried beans.
Did it just taste like? Or,
yeah. Oh,
by taste I mean smell. Oh, God.
It did. It smelled. It looked exactly like refried beans. You wouldn't tell the difference, and it sucked because think of refried beans coming out of your butthole. There's a lot of cleanup work that has to be done because it's like thick and it's.
It's thick too, boy. Did you, in the middle of the week, decide that you're like, I need to shave my asshole to make this cleanup work a little bit better?
I have a fairly, not hairy asshole, so I'm
like how
pretty lucky on that front.
I like how you did say, I have a fairly hairless asshole. You go, I have a very not hairy.
I was trying to think of the word, but I couldn't think of it.
That's fair. Man, I wish.
But anyway.
Hairy buttholes, dude. Oof. You know hairy buttholes? That guy. What character that dude is.
He's related to Tim, John's roommate.
That's true.
All right, so yeah, in terms of how much of any one thing I could eat, how many pounds, I've already eaten 5 pounds of something that I don't necessarily love. So I think that I could get away with 8 pounds of anything.
Well, this isn't a competition, but now I think that bringing that up, I'm scared to challenge you. I'm scared to challenge you. I mean, the most I've eaten like a 2-pound burger, which it wasn't that bad. I had ice cream after at the shop next door that was connected.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah. Not only did I get my burger for free and get my face on the wall, I then went next door and ate some Superman ice cream, which shout out, Superman ice cream is the best. And even as hungry or even as full as I was, if I'm at a place that has Superman ice cream, I'm buying a scoop, maybe a double scoop.
Wait, a scoop?
God
I
knows
thought Superman ice cream was like on the stick.
No. Common misconception. That's probably the Superman popsicle, if there is such a thing.
I mean, yeah, it's like shaped like Superman, or
Mm-mm.
shaped like the S, I think.
Yes. Yeah, that's probably right. But no, what I'm talking about is a classic tub, blue, yellow, red, and the taste is I don't know
America?
how to describe it. America a bit, a little bit of bubble gummy. I think the blue is a little bubble gummy. I think the red's a little fruity. I think the yellow is just like, it's not limey.
I don't think I've ever
It's like
had
a
this.
savory sweet. It's not like tangy. It's not lemon. It doesn't zing. It's got a little like that bubblegum, like, not savory, but it's just like a dull sweet. But something about it just, I don't know. I have good memories of being in Michigan eating Superman ice cream at Oinks in New Buffalo?
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, Michigan.
Near like Redemax. And if we're talking about shits, if you want to shit, go to Redemax and get their burgers, because my God, that's just like the entire, I don't know if it was just a bad night of the chef. This is a lot of poop talk, but man, dude, that place, like, I think the house we were staying in, it was a friend's summer house. There was 2 or 3 bathrooms all full for like the hour after.
Really?
Yeah, it was awful. Like, just like gurgling, and like I was like, I need to go to the bathroom again. They're like, it's awful. I'm like, this is a
They're
nightmare.
like, you got to go in the woods, bro.
I mean, the woods were right there. I don't think I did, but like,
I think I've been to the same person's lake house. We should share notes after.
yeah. Was there? No, explain the explain the backyard. Don't describe it. Explain it to me.
Was it a golf course?
No. I mean,
Was it on a golf course, kind of?
not at all.
Was there a pool?
You look so dumb right now.
Was there a pool?
No, there's a beach. It's on
Okay.
Lake
All right,
Michigan,
never
bro.
mind. Never mind.
This
then.
fucking
Different
podcast
person's
is
lake house.
over. No,
Drop the mic.
I won't. This is my mic,
All
and I
right, so
paid for it.
Let's
Yeah.
get a little back on topic.
Yes. So I just was wondering about large quantities of food and how much you could eat of one thing. And I was
Like-
just thinking about what type, like, for whatever reason, when I asked this to people at work, everyone went seafood. I don't know if it's because seafood doesn't seem dense. Seafood is like a very,
It's a light.
like, it's
meat.
heavy, but light. It's not like compact.
Yeah.
Where they're like, I asked Mars, he's like, squid. I can eat a bunch of. I would eat up so much squid.
That's
I was,
really
which was
weird.
a fucking weird. I was like, dude, that's weird. That's seafood, I guess, but that's weird. Other people were like, oh, oysters, like something that you can like gobble up, almost like a handheld type of snack.
Well, okay. Well, for reference, me and David Rachinsky, almost random alum as well.
David who? David Joel's roommate.
David Joel. No, David was on the podcast.
Oh, true, yeah.
So he's
DR.
good. Yeah, he's good. We typically do 100 chicken nugget challenge. We haven't done it
Ooh.
in like 6 years, but we used to do it like once a year,
Yeah.
and we would just split 100 chicken nuggets and just power through them.
Me and Rage Cage would do the Taco Bell eat off, which I referenced earlier. We did that 3 times, I believe. I lost all 3 times, and
When's the last
it
time?
hurt my pride. Oh, last time. I mean, there was another time we talked about doing the gauntlet, I believe we called it. But if you are in the Chicago area on 31st and Wolf, there happens to be a strip mall with about 5 or 6 fast food joints all in one. We talked about doing an eating challenge where we would take one entree from each
and try and eat them.
each place, and we would also, in between, it would be running to or walking if you're that far ahead and you're feeling pretty
I see what
prideful.
you're saying. So it's like
You have to physically travel down the strip, end at what I believe is BK. No, Taco Bell. Taco Bell's on the corner. End at Taco Bell.
well, no,
But it was
there's
physically
a-
walking or running
Yeah,
through each one.
So yeah, in that you have Mariano's now. That would count.
Yeah, Paul's Pizza. You gotta go and eat a foot-long beef that would destroy any mortal man.
Yeah, so you got that. Paul's Pizza. You have Subway over there. There's a Subway. So imagine trying to fucking scarf down a foot long.
Quiznos. You gotta go to Goodwill, buy one article of clothing for each
Yeah,
like foot. You gotta buy
and
shoes.
fashion points count when you cross the
Yes,
finish line.
true.
So if it's like
Absolutely.
it's much like Mario Party, where if you lose, but that person has a cooler shirt from the Goodwill than
Mhm.
you might as well have lost.
Right, and also it depends on how well it fits. Like if someone just buys a cool shirt and it's fucking too tight, you're just like, bro, I see you going for those style points. It's like showing up way too late to the party, and you're like, you were trying to be fashionably late, and now you're just tacky, motherfucker. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Go eat 3 more quad stackers from Burger King and get the fuck out of here. No, that was a disgusting challenge.
Oh, and then you got to go. Oh no, that pet store's gone.
There was a pet store.
I was
there,
gonna say, then you got to buy a dog.
walk it for 3 miles.
Yeah,
across the forest preserve. That was about a mile up Wolf.
And then what else is there? There's the McDonald's, the Burger King, and the Taco Bell /
KFC.
KFC.
They're not a slash.
Oh,
they're separate.
Oh, then maybe Burger King's not there.
Could I? There's a Burger King there.
Really?
For sure.
So wait, so on like the out,
and I believe a Wendy's is there as well.
No, there's not a Wendy's there.
Are you sure?
There's not 4 restaurants outside of the strip mall. There's only 3.
No, there's 4. There's a McDonald's and a Burger King are like the McDonald's is like basically its own part of the strip mall next to what I believe is a tuxedo rental store. Perhaps.
I don't know.
But either way, we discussed that. Instead, we just tried to eat a quad stacker, and I swear to God, Marzo ate his in 30 seconds, which is a 4-patty Burger King burger.
Really?
With some gross fucking sauce on it, and he ate that.
Is it on the menu?
It was probably for like a month, and then they realized like this is a joke. We saw 4 kids come in here try to eat it one in a minute, and then
was it like their attempt at the Big Mac with their sauce?
I feel like it was them trying to fight Wendy's Baconator. It was like a sauce, like one of them weird, not a Big Mac sauce. It was just like meat and bread, perhaps bacon. Quad stacker might have had bacon. Quad stacker. Just thinking about it.
Yeah, that's really like the only like eating challenges I think I've ever done.
Yeah, I've done tacos. As far as poundage goes, though, it has to be something that's not dense, but weighs a lot, and can like be moldable to my tummy.
So like a 45-pound weight.
Yeah, if I could somehow
liquefy a 45 pounds. What about 45 pounds of water? That'll kill you in a heartbeat.
Oh, true. How many pounds of water do you think that woman drank before she literally died?
The one trying to win the
gallon. How much does a gallon of water weigh? Probably like 4 pounds, 5 pounds. Yeah, Google it.
We got this guy.
Because like that's a good point. I didn't even think about putting liquids in there. Fuck it, dude. I'll do smoothies. I'll do some water smoothies.
Keep it healthy.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about any sort of pride or any sort of like, dude, that doesn't count. I'm literally like, what consumable thing could you put in your body that weighs the most? Could you fit the most in before you like yak? Because sushi sounds awful. I wouldn't want to do sushi.
Okay, at
fucking burger, red meat sounds good. Like steak. I don't know why, but I think I could eat a shit ton of steak.
All right, at 62 degrees Fahrenheit, a U.S. liquid gallon weighs around 8.3 pounds.
Dude, so you would have to, if you,
that's a lot of fucking.
So you drink 1 gallon of water, and that's like.
That's 8 pounds.
That's like that's bigger than any sort of steak anyone would ever be able to eat. That would be over 100-pound steak.
Yeah.
That'd be like 128
ounces.
Be 128 ounce steak. Yeah, sorry. So that'd be like 128 ounce steak would be a gallon of water. Dude, I didn't even think about that. Liquids are the way to go on that. Like, it's how much can you drink at that point? Because your body just metabolizes it faster.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Then your bladder, but you can't go to the bathroom.
I feel now it's a waiting game. Though.
It is, but yeah, you're right. I guess I did say eat, not drink. Still, it's good to know that, man. Like, if it comes down to how much of something can you fit in your body, not in a sexual way, drinking it is the way to go.
Yeah, I kind of agree there.
Yeah, seems to be the way. I don't know. Red meat was like the one that didn't immediately pop up to me, but then I just thought about that 2-pound burger. And I was like, fuck, dude, if I tried to eat like 2 pounds of rice, but you ate 5 pounds of beans.
5 pounds of beans.
So now I'm like wondering, maybe the fact that I haven't tried to eat mass quantities of anything besides red meat. Everything I've eaten in mass quantities has been red meat. Tacos, red meat. I mean, it's made brown with like taco seasoning. Oh man, you took my pillow.
Oh, were you using it?
No, not at all. Sorry. Literally not at all. But it's all been red meat. I can
play it back and see if you were.
Bro, I already admitted I wasn't using that pillow. I don't use that stupid little yellow pillow. I got my own.
I got another one
fuzzy.
over here.
I'm actually using a yellow pillow, aren't I?
You are.
Yeah. These are all your pillows, aren't they?
Well, yeah. Most of them are part of the couch, and then I bought these 3 yellow guys from IKEA.
Ooh.
IKEA. This episode of Almost Random is brought to you by
IKEA.
You gotta look at the camera. But point at the camera with your beer.
IKEA.
I mean, it's not Japanese, but all right. IKEA.
I mean, you don't know.
Yo,
Was
fun fact.
Sweden really like perhaps all of the people from Sweden were actually immigrated from Japan during Pangea? We don't know.
Good question.
They look so similar. You would think that they are maybe one and the same. Did you lose your train of thought thinking about Pangea?
What I was gonna say is fun fact. I actually have the IKEA store playlist on Spotify because I was walking around IKEA like a few years ago, and I was like, "Damn, they're bumping it." They had some Missy Elliott going. I was like, "Fuck,
They
man."
got some bangers. Is it a lot of eclectic music? Is there like world music in there, or
I don't know. It's just like really good shopping music. That's the only way to explain it.
so you put it on when you're on Amazon?
Yeah, every time I'm shopping on Amazon, I play it.
Makes sense.
And I buy everything.
I believe last time we were at IKEA, did you get the food? Have you ever gotten the food from IKEA?
I have eaten at IKEA before, yes.
Is it good?
Yes, it's pretty good.
I'll go back. I would like to. I've never had it. I've also we've only been there for a quick. Usually I'm helping someone move something. Yeah. And I have a bigger car, so I'm like, okay, I'll help you move stuff from IKEA. I've never gone there for those full day IKEA ventures that I hear people do.
Well,
I would totally eat there if I was, and I've heard it's good. So.
When me and Elise go to IKEA, we usually spend a few hours there, just walking around. We always buy shit we don't we weren't going there for, but we could use.
See, I got Target for that.
Well, yeah, don't get me wrong. That we also go to Target for that.
Yeah, don't be fronting. Target's gonna listen. They're gonna market harder towards you now. They're trying to bring you away.
I think that the IKEA foods are hyped up more because people don't go there as often as Target or something. So they have granted the food's pretty good, but it's not people fucking freak out over it.
See, and people freaked out for the wrong way because in Europe, I remember there was actual horse meat in the meatballs.
Oh, well, I mean, I could care less.
Right, but there was the Swedish
meatballs and meatballs.
It wasn't in America. I believe it was in Also, never had a horse, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. Yeah, people freaking out about that. I'm just
it's not like they have dogs in it.
Yeah, it's not like a household pet. I guess
there are crazy horse chicks out there that would.
Oh,
oppose. PETA. This episode's brought to you by PETA.
Hey, PETA. If you're trying to get that horse meat. We're letting
by PETA, we mean our buddy. His name's PETA.
yeah. And he loves the bread. Oh, boy. A little horse meat on some pita with a little Szechuan sauce or maybe some hummus.
Hashtag PETA.
Hashtag PETA. Have you ever seen Hunger Games?
Yeah, I've seen the first. I think I've seen them all, actually. Maybe not the last one.
I think I saw the second half of the first one. No, I saw the whole first one. Lenny Kravitz, man. And, Stanley Tucci at the beginning. The people at the beginning in those goofy-ass costumes. Yeah. That was actually, I'm not gonna lie, I was very entertained. I was like, this is pretty sweet. Yeah, and then as it got into, rebellion and, social reform, I'm like... I, would see commercials, I'm like... I don't know. With how goofy it started, it sounds like it would be cool. I just never watched all of them.
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz is pretty good in that movie.
Yeah. He's, the mentor. He helps her. He's a good guy. Always helps people. I don't know. I love a good villain, though. I love when you just hate someone so much, and then everyone's like, I fucking hate that guy, and I'm like, that's good acting. Yep. If it makes you, despise the character, I feel like they've done their job well. Malfoy, I mean, dude, the guy from,
Joffrey?
Elise isn't here. Yeah, I was going to say, Elise isn't here, so we can talk Game of Thrones. Joffrey and the little Bolton, Ramsay Bolton. Yeah. God... I mean, I don't even know if it was acting, God, but, fucking
well, the thing
hate
is,
that dude.
Soon as, me and Elise, for people that might or may not
for people that don't live here.
Yeah, me and, no, I'm saying, because I don't know if anybody's going to be fucking listening. Maybe Dan might be listening.
True. That's a good point. Listen. Family and friends, turn off your fucking podcast now. This is for all the real fans. Ooh, and the cream rises. And the cream will rise. I can't even do it right now. I don't know where to put the mic.
But anyway, me and Elisa are rewatching Game of Thrones. Well, I'm rewatching. She's watching it for the first time. And the first thing she said when Joffrey came on camera is I fucking hate that kid.
He is the Batman kid, and he's not that hateable in Batman. He's literally in 2 scenes.
And I watch interviews with him in real life, and it just seems like a normal dude. But I fucking hate that man. And as soon as I hear that, it's like, fuck you, man.
True. Sorry. I was searching. I found the Lord.
The Lord Rolling Rock?
Yeah, the horse god. The Norse horse god of rock bottom.
What else? What other? We got about 20 minutes to kill.
Fuck, dude. I say we both just put on an episode of Game of Thrones and just watch.
Yeah,
just watch it. Not even count, just watch. The rest of the podcast is just, if you're watching, you're seeing us watch Game of Thrones, you're seeing our reaction. It's like a long-term reaction vid. But since we both have seen it.
With a lot of fucking how much food can you eat foreplay. With about 35 minutes of it.
I mean, dude, it's just fun to think about. It's like anything. It's like pushing your butt. It's like, it's more fun for me to think about how much food I could eat than like how much I can lift. Because I've already tried to lift as much weights as possible. So I already know, like, well, I can't even like bench 200 anymore.
Eating is kind of the unknown. Yeah. Like, because I feel like most people probably haven't tried eating until they can't eat it.
Have you tried eating?
Crazy thing. Gotta try eating, man.
Dude, it's pretty fucking sweet.
Gotta try eating. Also, I think my new thing when I'm streaming on Mixer is I think I'm just gonna start doing duos. So it's like me and another person on my team.
Oh, for Fortnite?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing that, but like with a random.
That sounds cool.
And wait for them to have a mic, and if they don't have a mic, just quit. And then if they do have a mic, fuck with them.
And then they're gonna send you typed out messages, and you're gonna be like, "Sorry, bro, get a mic."
Yeah, I'll be like, "Hey, man, like, I'm just gonna talk shit." Like,
God, that's the bane of like mics break so often.
I know
the pain
that's
of like not having a mic is like. Oof,
I don't understand how somebody could like play a game, like a multiplayer game, like that's competitive like Fortnite, and just not even have a mic at all.
It's funny you say that. I've been playing Fallout 76 with no mic. And
that's not really competitive. You could easily get away with that.
It's not competitive, but literally the whole thing is immersing yourself in this world where you communicate with other survivors. And I
have an extra mic.
I don't want that. The thing is I have a mic. I choose not to plug it in.
Right on.
Yeah, dude. I'm pretty social. I'm really trying to break down that barrier, dude.
The barrier, the mic barrier.
And the worst part was Fallout 76. I didn't even know how to use emoticons either. So people would thumbs up me, and I couldn't do anything to them. I would just try and nod my characters.
Next time you're playing it, you should just send them a message when they're trying to talk to you. Send them a message that says, "No mic, what's your phone number?"
Oh, dude, that would be fun. That just makes me think about when you pulled up that old Battlefield clip. I've told people about that and how happy that made me. Late one night, Joel was pulling up old fucking game share clips, and he pulls up like a 6-year-old clip of Battlefield 2 or some shit.
It was from 2013.
And he fucking puts it on, and he's like, it's the video of this other dude kind of upset because someone else got in the turret.
And so he was aiming his gun, didn't get the way he wanted, didn't get on the turret, didn't get the way he wanted essentially, and then just like got sad, put his gun down, just walked away, and then killed himself.
Then killed himself with like a grenade.
With a grenade. Yeah. And we realized like, dude, you could see that guy's gamer tag.
Yeah.
And so this is like, it was like 1 a.m.
Oh, it was late, and we immediately checked in. He was on. We're like,
he was online playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I was like, dude,
was he?
He was.
No, he wasn't even playing like a multiplayer. He was just playing Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, he was playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I sent him a message immediately. I sent him the actual video. I shared it with him, and I was like, "Dude, you probably." And I know I sent him a voice chat. Yes, remember?
Yeah, I do.
I sent him.
You told us to shut the fuck up because you were sending him a voice chat.
Yeah, I was sending him a voice message.
I was like, "All right, this is awesome."
I was like, "Yo, dude, I wanted to share this clip with you because I literally think about it like once every 3 months, and it makes me giggle." And like, I didn't know this guy at all. Never even played with him. He just happened to be in my game randomly.
Then did you just save the clip?
Yeah, I had to save the clip, and then he actually sent me a message back.
Yes, I think he friend requested you.
Yeah, he's my friend on Xbox.
Yes,
now.
But he sent a message back that was just like LOL.
Yeah, he said LOL, and then I sent him a party invite.
Yes,
and then we
were actually chatting with him. That's like the things that makes me sad about how antisocial I am when I video game. Because when I game now, it's like all RPGs. Well, but it used to be like I was always like, it was like, dude, party up. We're playing with these like random people on Halo that are making us laugh. Like, let's keep playing with these dudes. Like that shit was so fun.
Yeah. Gaming is fun.
Dude, gaming? Pretty fun. But those are in the days, I guess it's not that weird, but it's weird to think about. I don't know if it was the timeline, but like that was the same time when I was doing all these eating challenges. Was like, that's high school, gaming was a big thing. I don't know, as you get older, like things take precedence and it's hard. Like you don't experience that like huge social interaction of school But like you still have gaming. I don't really keep in touch with people through gaming anymore. Tim and Grund a little bit.
I don't know about your parents, but I'm willing to guess that most parents, like our parents, like generation above us, like would have never thought to be like, how many of these fucking chicken nuggets can I eat?
You don't think they would have thought that?
Well, no. Well, they might have thought
I wish
it,
Christmas didn't already happen because I would have brought this up.
but they wouldn't have gone out and actually tried it. Our generation is stupid enough to actually do it. Because like, if you think about it, I told my parents, I was like, yeah, me and David are splitting the 100 chicken nuggets. My parents immediately like, why the fuck would you do that?
That's interesting, but that's because they're old now. Maybe when they were in high school, like,
but like. I don't know. Like weird, like all these challenges.
I tell you, I might ask my dad next time I'm at home, which will be this Sunday. We'll be watching football and be like, "Hey, Dad, did you ever try to eat a mass quantity of any fast food and just see what he says?"
I just like, "Hey, Dad, what kind of dumb shit did you do that you thought was a good idea at the time?"
Yeah, no, that
would be a good question because it's probably something drastically different.
We're at that age. I think where we can ask that.
I'm not saying like dumb shit,
drinking and like that shit. You're talking about literally like dumb like high school shit.
Yeah. Like one time we thought I could jump off the roof onto a tree or something stupid.
Yeah. And my fucking family lived in like my mother lived outside of Minneapolis and my father lived in Sandwich, Illinois. So I can only imagine my dad probably has a bunch of ridiculous fucking like not even country stories, country stories.
He'd be like, Troy, I remember the day. This is exactly how Troy's dad sounds.
How my dad talks.
Like, Troy, I remember the day when we got our first street light.
Oh,
it was 1997.
There was traffic for miles. That damn street light kept us all in traffic for years. My dad's also fucking 90 years old because I'm 50. I don't know if you can tell from the podcast,
but yeah, I asked my mom one time, like I don't know who I was with, but this was either in high school or college. I asked my mom, I was like, "Mom, we're bored. Like, what should we do?" She's like, well, when I was in your age, I used to just go out in the forest preserve and smoke weed. I was like, well, Mom, like, you know that I'm not into that stuff, so I will not.
I love that your mom just, like, says a straight-up honest answer. Like, that's
dead serious.
That's like, a thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, like, because I was old enough, like, she knew I was mature, I had good grades, like, I wasn't going to do anything
We're going to join the reefer madness.
She was out, because, like, back then, if you think
he
went
out and joined the reefer madness, and I never saw him again. Oh, boy.
If you think about it back then, like, that was just a casual thing that everybody did. Everybody knew people did.
Well, that's another thing. Like, weed back then was, like, I remember, like, I've talked about this with my parents, but it's, like, literally, like, a couple hits now is so strong. Like, a whole joint, like, people could share joints back then, and it was, like, a buzz, almost like what a cigarette kind of was. It was just, like, Mexican shag weed and shit. Like, it was just like not strong. Now it's like, what is Louis C.K.'s joke? Which is like, yeah, it's Louis C.K., so it's not whatever. But he's just like, I didn't know they were working on it like it's the cure for cancer. Like, because they're literally prescribing it for cancer patients.
That's hilarious, though. Dude, I never saw that.
Dude, that joke's it's such a good joke. Because he talks about how he got ripped. And literally he was outside of like a show and people offered him weed. Like a bunch of fans were there and he was like bored. And he was in the parking lot and he smoked with them. And he's like, and I was taking big old Bad Company hits like it was 1980. And they're just like, yo, man, you want to slow down? He's like, don't worry, I've smoked weed. And then he's like, I was stuck in a drive-thru. I don't even know what part of the transaction I was in. And I had to drive off because I was scared. I just fell asleep at the car in a drive-thru. I just butchered the fuck out of that joke. But I know that he says Bad Company hits in there. So this is a shout out to Bad Company. The song Bad Company on the album Bad Company
and
by the band
Battlefield Bad Company 1 and 2.
Dude, that game is so sick. We were talking about when Battlefield got, like, because I never played any Battlefield game, but then Bad Company came out, and I was like, that was dope. The start of the Conquest style.
Yeah, that's when they started Conquest.
It was sweet, but it was like loot crates. It was like you had to capture a crate of gold.
Oh, no, you're thinking of Gold Rush. It was a game mode called Gold Rush.
Yes, I liked Gold Rush a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. They haven't had that since.
That was only in Battlefield like 1 and 2?
Really?
That game was sweet.
Yeah, Gold Rush was sweet.
I do remember that.
I think we're running out of time.
We are. I never gave I'm sorry, I was talking. I'll talk quietly because I'm scratching my chin. I never gave a final answer for my food, but my immediate first thought was crab legs, and it would have to be de-shelled, and I'd have to have a lot of butter. But I think I could eat a lot of those.
The thing is, I've never eaten crab legs, but for some reason, I like... Every time somebody says, like, oh, yeah, like, this is how crab tastes, I just imagine it tastes like just butter.
Well, yeah, it's like...
Because I know that people dip it in, the melted butter and...
I mean, the butter's pretty strong part of the taste. I mean, I will say fake crab has an aftertaste that is nothing like real crab. Like, if you ate fake crab and they're like, that's what crab tastes like, they're full of shit. That's not what crab tastes like. The texture is very similar, but real crab's pretty good. I think if it was deshelled and, like, laid out in front of me, like, if there was 5 pounds of crab legs and butter, I think I could knock that out easy.
Okay, and how many crab's legs could you eat? Not legs, not a single leg.
Can we like
crab's legs?
How many crabs legs could I eat? Exactly? We're talking about 8 legs per crab.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many
lobster
legs.
Thing?
I mean, do lobsters have 8?
Dude,
legs?
If I'm deshelling them, probably like 50 fucking crabs, because the amount of time it takes to
50 crabs.
So 40 legs. No, 400 legs.
How many pounds is that? 400 legs?
No.
You think you could eat 400 crab legs? If you
my
think
eyes
that,
always have been bigger than my stomach.
Like, how much? That would be so fucking expensive.
No, but the thing is, yes, there's unlimited Red Lobster. Heads up, I go there every fucking year for my birthday because I love Red Lobsters.
How much does that cost?
Unlimited's like $22, but it's not a thing anymore. But the thing is, you have to deshell them, and basically it's a waiting game of like you're not even full when you leave, but they're just like, you've been here. Your family's finished their meal that they don't have to break the shells off of. So you're like still hungry, but you're like, sorry, Mom and Dad, I don't want to spend another hour here breaking shells open while no one else has food.
Is that what happens to you?
It takes so long to do it, yeah.
That sucks.
Like you have to, they live, like, it's a pain. That's why I'm like, if it was deshelled real crab with butter, I'd say 5 pounds. I love seafood. I also could see myself throwing up within like 3 pounds and just being like, I have one mouthful and I'm just like, this is a little much, and then I just like fucking puke everywhere. Whereas refried beans, I don't think I would get that reflux, but seafood, I think would cause that, like, I think it would cause my stomach to be like, well, don't do this. Refried beans is more of like your stomach's like, it's so heavy, we can't throw this up. It's so damn heavy, it's just sitting here.
All right.
So that's my analysis on that, crab legs, or just red meat cooked into a large burger.
Well, like I said, I have done the refried beans, but if I had to choose, I don't know, maybe mashed potatoes. That'd be a good one. It's kind of liquid.
I like that.
Because you could kind of make it a little more liquid. You could add stuff to it.
You could. I like your idea of adding things, and you can even add a crunch. You could add tortilla chips to mashed potatoes.
Well, the thing is, when I did the beans, I started with just the beans, and then that's when once I got sick of just that taste, I had to start adding stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's like I was.
Did you add chives? What all did you add? We never even went through it.
Sour cream and cheese. That's all we had.
So there wasn't even that much difference.
No.
So even that much was enough to spice it up for you to finish the last like 3 cans.
Still tasted the same. But anyway, that concludes episode 28 of Almost Random. Yeah. I think we're gonna do more since we have this living room set up.
I like the living room setup. It's a lot more relaxed. Chill,
and it'll be easier. We can put the camera in the corner if we have more people.
Yeah, it's true. And exactly, and then it's actually comfortable for people because around that table, I don't know if you noticed, but you can't slide the chairs underneath the table in all directions. So I was kind of hunched over. Yeah. Kurt the same way.
Yeah, this is pretty legit now.
Also, if anyone has any good ideas for foods that you think you can binge eat that we did not mention, please mention it. Only on Twitter. Literally only tweet it, or I will delete it.
Either comment below, comment on Twitter, or just go fuck yourself.
Or maybe Photoshop that, maybe like an emoji of the food you're thinking of next to our heads. Right here. Please do that. If you could do that, we'll for sure give you $5. I'll give you $5 if you do that. And that's how you get fans.
As always, I am Joel Campos. To this week, I am joined with Troy Boy 9 on Twitter, Mestamaker.
Are we doing another podcast straight through?
Yeah. This is episode 29. Nope. This is the end of episode 28. Follow me on Twitter at Campos63. Email us at thearpodcast@gmail.com. Tweet at us at Almost Random with 2 M's at the end. Stay tuned for Almost Random episode 29 next week or in the distant future when Troy sees how many jackets he can wear at one time.
Oh, dude, that actually sounds kind of fun now. And hit me up on Instagram at TMestima34.
That's like the most complex, like, named TMestima34.
Sound it out, baby.
Sound it out.
Sound it out.
See you next time.
Ow, ow.